6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Though certainly not the start thing we're looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. He'll drop to throw. He's got a man complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's man. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So now the Bills offense onto the field for their first crack at it. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest.
16 carries, 126 yards, and a trip to the end zone as well.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. For almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that had you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
On first down, it's man. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They take over here with good field position thanks to that nice return after the interception, as they're already in the red zone, 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 4 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in-vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
He's going to look deep down the field. Shifts by him, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Second and 6. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? They'll look to throw here. Hard throw, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2nd and 2. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got Quick. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the 1st half.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He's going to keep this again. Nifty move. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson.
Complete to number 2. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He sets to fire deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Bills will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken right around the 44. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals getting set to go.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. 2nd and 3.
Throw left side complete. That's man. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now back to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the left hash, this from 37. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Lopez. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards the pickup there.
I don't know whether it will be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he comes back with one complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start in the Meadowlands. The Jets at home to play host to visiting Minnesota. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. The Jets trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. The Jaguars seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. In that game, all tied up with the visiting LA Chargers. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them. The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On 2nd down, Johnson. A nice little juke.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Evident there.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to let it go deep. And this is caught. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went for 3. That was impressive.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to
converted, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job. They're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Running from the gun, Johnson.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
On 2nd down now. It's man. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Hands it off out of the gun,
and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of the play that looked like it was in trouble.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and...
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lopez. Touchdown! 14-yard touchdown.
And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals offense returns to the field.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28. They'll look to throw again.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Number 32 on the carry. Taken down at the 14-yard line. Brings up 7 down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Brought down at the 15-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the press. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards, as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They'll look to throw here on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Up the middle they go.
Man.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's man. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page, because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
They'll try and throw for it. Flush to his right. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
It's a gain of 4.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Second and 5. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's man. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown from 21 yards away.
And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Point after, up and good. And that makes it 24-13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bills are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
Now second and 11 from the 32. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
He is tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for Buffalo, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.